Here's one for you. Since it's the 50th, this year will mark the 50th anniversary of when my dad had his surgery, and they named it Tommy John surgery. So there's a lot of buzz around it. There's a lot of interviews. And of course, when there's interviews regarding injuries or healing expressions of any kind, who do we go at as experts in the field? We go at the MDs, we go at the orthopedic surgeons. And I'm going to have a lot to say on that with future videos, but I'm just hearing the next solution proposed solution. And again, it's coming from a great place, right? Everybody wants to help. It's not that anyone's trying to hurt anybody, as far as I know, at least in the experience I've had. Can't speak for everybody, but it's just upsetting, sad, and continuing to drive me to live the way I live, for one, and to clinically do things the way I do clinically. And that's what I want to talk about now, is having worked in over 24 years clinically as a practitioner, in training, in the performance of the human animal, injuries. And then now, even in the transition, the last like 7 to 10 years, seeing the parallels and how people can go ahead and take how to heal chronically rolled ankle, arthritis in the knees, to herniated disc, to a torn labrum or torn meniscus or torn ligament, and follow the same rules to heal a skin response, to heal a cyst, to heal tumors, to put themselves in positions to heal greater things that still relate, and seeing those. I've recently, in the last decade or so, been bridging the disconnect between those, or the connection between those, so to speak. So, not so to speak, to speak. And so I wanted to share my evolution in this whole thing, having trained prepared high level athletes, high level just being those that choose to participate in their sport for a living, right? Professional. Call it professional, call it elite. I don't like those words, because I think a child is elite in a way. I think a cat is elite. I think a mother is elite, right? So for some reason, that these people, what they do, their skill, they are elite at their skill, period. Are they the healthiest human beings on the planet? Absolutely not. Are they markers for who we should model after as to how we should live? Absolutely not. None of them. None of them. But I want to connect that, because there's something that is hugely missed, and I've seen it in 24 years. I've seen the sacrifice of truly being a human for the short-term performance gains of being a sports performer. I don't want to say athlete, because every human is an athlete, or to achieve some goal in performing, whether it's music or art or a sport of some kind, that somehow to prepare and become your best version of you, to do this skill set, you have to sacrifice everything that it is to be a human being, and the rules that we all have to abide by. And I see it all the time. You see it in pro sports all the time. The trainers, the therapists, the treatment options, they break rules all over the place to get these people onto fields. And you have to deal with that, because a team, an organization, they own you, and you are a gladiator of sorts, you are a performer of sorts, and you make them a lot of money of sorts. So they don't really give a shit if the body's going to take 3 years to heal your scenario, but you need to be ready in 9 days to perform. So there are rules that you're going to break just because you shook the hand and you signed the contract, or you signed the scholarship, or you are playing for the team, and this is what you're going to do. Part of why sports aren't healthy. Competitive sports aren't healthy. They're a great challenge and expression, but if we're looking to go in and heal because we're playing sports, that doesn't make any sense. But it's a great thing to have as an option for something that we enjoy, maybe as an activity, but at the professional level, in no way is it something that we would give to somebody as, oh, you want to heal? Oh, become a professional athlete. Oh, you want to heal your scenario? Yeah, go into sports. And so that's where I've had a lot of connection with people in Zooms as of even just the last year, is dispelling that whole approach to everything, where truly your best expression of you and your skill and your repeatable, sustainable expression of your skill, whether that be running, throwing, jumping, tackling, is going to be following the rules to the sickest, most determined, most focused, intentional method possible, so that the other rules you're going to break within just being an athlete that is competing in a sport and has to follow the rules of their organization or the team, you will be okay. You'll be in a position to survive that, because we're not thriving in these things, we're just surviving, really. And that's why what you end up seeing is when we retire, whether it's retire from high school sports or college sports or professional sports, nobody's doing well. And then they have to come about and try to figure out this whole new way of life. It's like, how I was living to perform as this gladiator is, now what do I have to do? And it's usually the mothers or the wives will tell the males how to do this. And I have a video on another thing that we got to stop this, but it's, hey, why do you train that way? Or why do you take that supplement? Or why do you eat that way? I don't know. Mom's figured it out, or my wife has figured it out. That's not really going to last, because there's going to be a healing response at some point, and you're going to have to be with you. You have to understand exactly what you're doing. So that's part of my enigma with this whole thing, is trying to put people in positions, no matter where they're at, to be able to understand why they perform the way they do, why their body would respond the way they do to the environment they choose to be in. And then no matter what level they desire to be at, that preparing to be at that level in a sustainable way, and the body guiding the whole way, and they have everything they need within their life already. They're not lacking anything. And then when an injury shows up, they don't miss a beat. They jump right into it. And if a surgery is necessary, they know exactly what they need to do. Surgeon's going to do what the surgeon's going to do. You just disregard all the other suggestions, and you just move right along. And then you come back from that, you come back from the injury, you come back from the surgery, you perform at the highest level sustainably, because you understand what performing at the highest level means, not sacrificing all this to be able to just barely hang at this level to express this skill for, fingers crossed, I hope a few dozen years, or I hope for 14 years, or I hope for 10 years, or I hope for 7 years. Now it's just getting less and less and less, where nobody can last anymore, because nobody has any idea where they're at. We have taken it away and pacified and stuck a fucking pacifier in their mouths and just dressed them up and just literally created these robots of performers that nobody has any idea anymore. And so there is a way to live, and you follow the rules. If you know you're going to break the rules just by playing competitive sports and participating in an organization where they have the say, and they have the timetables, and they're going to determine more than what your body really is fond of and is okay with, you know exactly where to tighten up, and you know where you can give, and you know exactly what you need to do, not, hey, what do I do to heal from this? Or, coach, what do I do to get better? Or, team, what do I do? I have no idea without you guys and you girls. And so that's something that I'm very proud of in transitioning, having been a professional athlete at one point, and been a D1 college athlete, and been a high school athlete, and then just a human athlete, but doing sports, a skill in sport in that level, and seeing what it was to prepare, what happens when you get injured, what happens if you have to have a surgery, what happens season to season, sport to sport. But there shouldn't be a difference between two human beings preparing for their lives, to express their lives at the highest level, whether that one person wants to throw 104 miles an hour 300 times every single fucking day for 30 years, or this person over here wants to garden and paint and give birth, grow a child, start a business, the rules are exactly the freaking same. The approach is exactly the same. And these two could talk and be like, oh, that's what you're doing oh, cool, this is what I'm doing. Oh, wow, this is a way of life. Oh, interesting. And then what happens is, if at any point when this person wants to retire and leave, or this person wants to change their vibe or move locations or change what they're doing, or they become passionate about something else, they know exactly, stride for stride, what to do. It's not this, oh my gosh, I'm no longer in sports anymore. How do I live? Or, oh my gosh, I'm no longer, a donkey for some team and they're just pulling the strings on me. Now I don't have any idea. Now I just got to mop up the spilled milk that I've just allowed them to throw at me over this. And there's no excuse. That's just like, there's no excuse to blaming our parents for traumas and all this other bullshit that people are holding on to. No. You are right here, right now. Acknowledge that it's all healing responses, and acknowledge that you need to do the work to change everything from your nervous system to patterns to tissues to physical to physiology, neurology, psychology, all of it. But there is living, and there's human life, and there's performing in human life. And it's not different for a professional athlete, or for a musician, or for a farmer, or for an accountant, or for and I'm not pointing down because they're less than, I'm just circular. It's just whatever we choose to do, however we choose to express this, preparing to perform as a human being, a healing, all-time healing human being, and understanding this, and then understanding your role and your responsibility and accountability in the whole thing, and following the rules, knowing when to tighten up the rules and when you can break, and when you can break the rules and what's going to happen, and the body's response, and you know exactly why your body would respond the way it was, even within injury. And it doesn't matter whether you have a surgery or not. There's rules to follow when you have a surgery. That's why people will come to me and want me to talk them out of a surgery or talk them into a surgery or avoid. I'm not pro any of it. I am going to tell you the truth of what happens when you have a surgery. I'm going to tell you the truth of what you're going to have to do to avoid the surgery. Both are going to require you to make massive fucking changes. You down for that? Because the surgeons aren't going to tell you this side, and the whole holistic physical therapy people over here aren't going to tell you this side. Nobody's bridging the both, and everyone's selling this whole fucking dazzling cloud, system, algorithmic, always continuing education, science followed this, evidence-based, blah, 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 and it just doesn't work in the long run. Everybody's left confused and blaming our body and blaming our age and blaming our sport and blaming our past and blaming our parents and blaming the environment and blaming my mechanics and blaming all the things that I said just the other day in a post. So wanted to share that it's quite a sight to see a young athlete or old athlete when we get done with an evaluation, we get done meeting, and they're like, holy shit, and they get it because they get it as a human in life. Whether they're going to apply that to be the fastest, hardest throwing, highest jumping, and then when that's over, what they're going to do after that. They get it, and they know how to apply it, and it doesn't matter what the age is, and that's something that would be kind of cool, especially when you see it in teens. Teens, way early on, when they understand that. Holy shit. That's pretty awesome. So I am entertained by the continuing videos that are coming out trying to solve the Tommy John surgery solution. And now it's something I heard today. It's the different types of pitches, the variables of all the changeups, the variables of all the curveballs, the variables of all the sliders, the variables. And it comes down to velocity and spin. Well, no shit. It's like like the tires are wearing down because I'm pushing the gas pedal. It's acceleration. No shit. So you just can't make this shit up. But put a group of people expressing healing responses in the same way, we're gonna look to the skies instead of going into every single individual. It's where we are. Why I do what I do. Partly why I do what I do. There is no difference. There's no divorce in the performance in your sport, or the performance in your art, or the performance in your life. Healing is healing. Human is human. Preparing yourself as a human, got to follow the same rules. Carving your poetry into the granite.